An exciting game that could have gone either way today. A lot to be proud of. Coming on and playing in Orlando. First road point we've ever had against them. Actually, first point that we've had against Orlando. Excellent team. But I thought our players showed a lot of fight. Played really well, created some good opportunities, and just defended with this little fire and grit that was necessary to come on the road here. An outstanding goal by Rudy. I thought it's one of the best goals I've seen this year. Excellent service from Caprice, and just the energy and the mentality was exactly what we asked of them. Unfortunately, we conceded there in that second half, but we kept fighting, and that shows a lot. So a good step forward, getting a point, and now finishing strong in their last 6 games.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll open it up to questions in the room.
It's been a busy week, an eventful week, and also a pretty high-stakes game between two teams who really needed points. I know that throughout the week the narrative has sort of been, Banda has been the only one to score in these Pride Bay games. She wasn't on the pitch. They did have Jackie Ovalle, which is a whole other issue. So how did the team deal with, yes, the absence of Banda, but the addition of a player that you've not had to face before?
Yeah, Jackie definitely created a lot of problems for us. It's the first time we've seen her play, so getting used to her and knowing what she does. But she can go to the left, she can go to the right, she can finish with both feet. So she's very unpredictable and difficult to play against. But I thought we had a good response to her in the second half and closing down and not necessarily letting her take some of those shots. Or she did, but we were blocking them because in the first half she hit a few that could have been very dangerous. So, but what I'm going to take out of this, yes, without Banda, we had an opportunity, but they're an excellent team. They won a championship for a reason, and have to highlight that our players, from the start to the finish, just showed so much fight. We had opportunities, and getting a point here on the road is going to serve us well, and hopefully, actually not hopefully, I know that will propel us forward for our next few games.
Mm-hmm. Were you feeling any sort of shift in energy as the game sort of went on and remained scoreless within the team?
Yeah, it's that's football for you. It kind of goes in waves. There was a time there in the second half where they were on us and they were putting a lot of pressure, and then we got some fresh legs, and then it started changing things. And the last 15 minutes and even in stoppage time, we were pressing them and we were getting in the box. I'll have to go back in video. I thought there was a couple opportunities there that could have maybe been a PK in our favor. So from our video, it looked like it, but obviously, the referee was in a good spot there, and VAR didn't ask for anything. But it'll be an interesting one because we had a couple of those, which shows that we were getting in the box. We were in areas that could create problems for other teams, and now we have to do that against Gotham as well.
And then lastly, this has been a really tight turnaround of a trip, like just barely over 24 hours. What to you is key to being able to maintain that high level of performance when not only are you, on long flight, changing time zone, the climate here is obviously very different. It's a lot, but once the players took the pitch, you could scarcely notice it. So what's the
Well, the secret on that is, first of all, thank you to the medical staff and Sports Performance, because the players were ready to play. They were fresh. We were limited on playing time for a few players, so that was managing. That was important for us to do so, and I thought the medical staff did that really well. Also, want to thank the organization because we chartered here, which makes it a lot easier and so much better for the players. We got a good night's sleep the night before. And then yesterday flew out, got here at a good time, had a dinner, players were able to recover, and played a good game. So now it's getting right back home, sleeping in their own beds, and take a day off, rest the legs, and get right back at it, because Gotham looks good right now too, so why not? And we've had good games against them, so it'll be, I'm excited for that game, and so are the players, because we know we still can do this.
All right.
Thank you.
We do have a couple questions on the Zoom. Marco, you're first.
Hey, Coach, obviously you guys got a point today, but considering you're up 1-0, does it feel a little bit disappointing that you weren't able to get the full 3 points today?
Was I disappointed? Well, anytime you don't get the 3 points once you're ahead, you're obviously not going to feel good about it. But we also have to look at how we responded after giving that goal up and what we did throughout the day in the game. So I was really happy and pleased with that. But as a coach, you're a competitor, and the team, of course, they're going to be a little upset not getting the 3 points. But hey, got a point on the road for the first time against this franchise, and now we're going to pick up from there and look at all the positives and fix the little things we need to.
Last one for me. What you think of Maddie Monroe's performance out there? I thought she played a really good second half today. Thanks.
So what you're going to get out of Maddie every single game. Her desire, she just competes, she gets up and down the line, and what she did a little bit better in the second half is she just believed in herself. I thought in the first half she was giving their players a little bit too much respect and not necessarily getting tight on them, and because of her quickness and speed, we told her that she had to be much tighter, which she did, and she had a very good performance in that second half. But that's what we know Maddie can give us. She's a warrior, she really is. The way she goes out there and competes every day is exactly what a coach looks for.
All right, thanks, Marco. Up next is Brian.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Doing well, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing great. Look, watching this and watching the last few games, it seems like the team is really responding in the second half after, at times being a little bit, out of sorts in the first half. What do you attribute that to? And how do you get that sort of effort all the way through so you can just kind of pull away in some of these games?
So that can sometimes happen when the team lacks a little bit of confidence in themselves and ourselves as a team. And it's just getting the game going. That goal that Rudy got, it just made him believe, which we know we can, right? So when we went into it at halftime, that was the conversation. It's like, hey, we've got this. Let's keep competing, keep believing in themselves. And we saw some really good moments in that second half. We were just a little bit more aggressive. But sometimes you'll start slow if you just have doubts. And this is the key thing. It's not getting, sorry, I just hit that table. But making sure that they know that they can go out and compete against any team that we face, and good response all the way around.
And so next week, though, and as you've alluded to, you have Gotham coming in, which is another one of those perennially top 6 clubs in the league. How do you approach that, knowing that at this point of the season, at least results are required in every game to kind of get into the tournament and have that puncher's chance?
Yeah, we're going to have to look at video, and then it's just about finding the right balance, because we're going to want to be patient, and we're going to have to move the ball around, but we also have to recognize when we can be more direct and create problems for them. So it may not be the most beautiful game, because, so we're going to try to we need to get those 3 points. But we can't necessarily lose our composure, and that's the key. So it's, hey, you're relaxed, we're composed, but knowing that we can be direct, we can get in behind because we have the pace to do so, and play them to a certain extent. I know this sounds crazy, but almost very similar to the way we've played them in the past. We just can't mentally just take a break for any second. They've got Esther up there that she can punish you in an instant. And when we've played them in all 3 games last year, we played so well, but it's been just a lack of concentration. And we get that right, it's going to be a fun game.
Any news on when you might see Penelope again? Because teams have to play you different with her on the field.
Brian, we'll have an injury update probably early this week.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for Coach? Okay, we'll be back shortly with Caprice Dydasco and Racheal Kundananji. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Congratulations on the goal and the assist. It's been a busy week, and there's been a lot of news that this team has had to sort of navigate while preparing for this road game. The same question for both of you, just sort of how the team has been both like digesting the news of like Albertin leaving. Of course, there's been a lot of changes to the roster during this transfer window, but also being able to rally together and get this road point.
Yeah, like you said, it's been like a big week for us, but within our team, nothing big has changed, and I'm just so proud of how we bounced back and took that information and still was able to travel away and still get a point, and that's been hard for us to lately to score goals. So I think we just knew that we stick together as a family like we always have, and we're super close on and off the field, and we knew once we got this goal that we would gain confidence, and especially going to this next stretch of games, it was huge for us to just come together and prove that and show not only to ourselves but to everyone else that didn't believe and think that there's going to be easier games because of this, but I think this has brought us closer, and we're just going to fight to the end. Yeah. Good.
Same.
Yeah.
And then I've been traveling with you guys too, and I've been pretty stunned by how quickly everything is happening. I mean, barely 24 hours in Orlando, and I've heard that for some players this is actually the preference rather than like extending it, maybe staying the night in Orlando. Same question again for both of you. How do you manage that? Like, what is sort of the key to navigating the difference in time zones? Like, your circadian rhythm is different. Meal times, I imagine, feel a little bit different. Breakfast is like super early West Coast time. But you've also been doing this for a while as part of your job. But I'm just curious, as someone who's experiencing it for the first time, like, what all goes into that? Like the planning pre and during and after?
I think for me, like, I think this can't affect everything, the time zone, and it's just a mindset and how you switch it. It's just like to think, oh, when I go this side, the time is this time, and like your mind, what you feed your mind matters. Because if you say, oh no, we are going to eat breakfast now and it's 6 a.m. where we are coming from, oh no, we are eating lunch, where I'm coming from, it's breakfast, and like all those things, then you'll be affected. But if you just keep it and you're just like, oh, it's normal, this is breakfast, oh, this is lunchtime, and you just like, you feed your mind like that, and then it will help you. So like, we shouldn't let all this affect us, but let this be even our motivation to, to do the best.
Yeah, and I think like as a club, they did a really good job with educating us, because like it goes back to like science of like educating us, being like, if we want to actually get into the East Coast time zone, we have to come 3 days early. And because our schedule is so like back and forth, they said that it's better for us even just to kind of come into the day before, scientifically just play a game and get out, just so we don't get onto the system, because next week we're back in California time. So there's a lot of thought and process that goes into it, and there's a lot of communications at the beginning of the year saying like, how do we like this, do we like this, and it's like a back and forth conversation and communication of like, we want the best for the players, and if this is what you want. And personally, I love it, because as long as we can keep our like normal schedule routine at home and less like sleeps in a hotel, like I'm all for it. So we're in and out, and we're like so happy that we get to go home tonight. So it's great. Yeah.
Great insight, because I was like, what did they want to spend this like after
but like because I don't think a lot of people like love sleeping in hotels. So like if we can spend one night rather than 2 sleepless nights, then that win for us.
And then the last question, it's been a while since you guys have gotten a point. What do you think that this is going to do for like the collective confidence of the team moving forward, especially because when you look ahead to the next few games, I mean, there's no easy game in this league anyway, but just the point about the confidence boost maybe from this game.
Yeah, I think if anyone has been watching our games, we've been right there. We've been creating chances, and scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in the game of soccer. So I knew that if we get this one goal, and Rudy had a beautiful goal, that this will carry this momentum and confidence and belief, and just like bringing us closer together leading into this next stretch of games, because these next games are going to be hard, but we know that we can win points in those that stretch, and those are the exact teams we want to play against, because those are the middle of the table teams. So we know that this game was huge for us to even get a point, and we'll take that and we'll go back, review, and get better this week.
Yeah, and also carry the positive things that we did in this game to the next game, and not even been thinking of we were supposed to win this game, now we drew. Like, let's just carry the positive things and go on to the next games. Yeah.
All right, that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, on the Zoom, we're going to go to Brian.
Good result. This is as we were sitting here talking. This is, I believe, the first point against Orlando ever for the team, and so congratulations for that. It seems, Racheal, that when the perennial top fours, the Orlando's, Washington, Kansas City, you seem to find ways to put the ball in the back of the net. Are these games that you get a little more up for, and you're really trying to thread that needle, getting that ball in the net?
I think when playing the top 4 teams is when you feel like if we just like miss any chance, they are going to get us. So like every opportunity that we get, we try to score. Even like it motivates me, because I know they are top 4, and I know I want our team to be there. So like we need to fight them and show them that we also deserve to be on the top 4.
And you having been here for most of the history of the team, what's it feel like for you to get a point against this Orlando squad that's always in the top 4?
Come again?
What does it feel like for you to get that first point against Orlando, one of those teams that's always in that top 4 in the league?
This is a motivation, even although we wanted the off 3 points, and we've just, as I said earlier, like taking the positive things we did in the game and move on to the next game, because this game wasn't easy. Even grabbing that point wasn't easy. I am sure most of the people weren't even expecting us to get even a single point, but like we did that. So I feel like we are now getting there to get the maximum 3 points in the next game.
And so for Caprice, it seems like you've been one of those people that Albertin can write in and pen every game because you're just there, game in, game out. What do you attribute to your being able to, stay healthy, stay in there, and then hold your own on that outside for this team this season?
Yeah, I think I've been in the league for 11 years, and it just comes with experience, and I'm sharing that with my teammates. I've been on playoff teams, I've been on losing teams, and I'm just sharing those experiences that I think by now the team knows how competitive each game is and how important every game is. So just making sure that we're prepared. We know that mentally we're ready for each moment, and when everyone gets a chance, that this is their moment, and just take it and run with it. And I'm just a resource and happy and so lucky to have great teammates that no matter what comes our way, that we stick together, and like Rudy said, we run with the positivity, and we just take it and run with it. So I'm really proud of this group. We're a very young group, but that doesn't mean anything, and we're not done, and we're going to keep fighting to the end.
To further your point, Brian, Caprice today is the first player to play 45 games for this club. She also extends her minutes played record streak with 3,825 minutes played for this club. So,
I didn't have the exact stuff, but I knew that.
Thanks.
So Caprice, let me ask you a second one here. With your experience in seeing this, what are you sharing with the team right now to say, you know what, we've still got a chance, and once we get in, taking a swing, we could be at that home game at the end of the season. What are you telling them right now, and how are you keeping everybody on that we're gonna get there until we can't sort of attitude?
Yeah, I think as a professional in whatever sport, you're always going to have outside noise. And the only people that knows the truth and that can create that and make a change is the people here. So we just kind of take that, let it go, and then just not affect us, and we just grind every day. And as sad as it sounds, I've gone through so many coaches, and they come and go, but we're the players, we're the people that can make those changes. And I think in trainings, we know that there's momentum throughout this league, and if we get this momentum like last year, some of the girls experienced that. We had a good switch and change in the second half of the season, we ran with it, we made playoffs. So there's never an end to the season until it's done. And I think I know that our team is gonna keep fighting and until our last game. So don't count us out.
All right, thanks, Brian. We have time for just 2 more questions. Marco?
Ladies, congratulations on the point against Orlando. First for Caprice, and then I'll just ask one to Rudy. It looked like in the second half that Orlando really came on with their attack, and it looked like you guys were having a bend, don't break type of defensive mode there. Is that what it sort of felt like, especially after they evened it up? Yeah,
I think we weathered the storm. Just the game of football, There's going to be times where we're going to be defending for 20 minutes, but it's that, exactly you said, it's bend, don't break, and I'm really proud of the team fighting to the end, and we get that, if we weather that storm, then we got that second wave towards the end of the second half. We had so many chances, and it's just a matter of putting away our chances, and we're still working on that, and I'm really proud that we can walk away with 1 point. Playing Orlando is never easy, so getting our first points against Orlando today was great.
Speaking of putting away those chances, Rudy, it was tough at the beginning of the year where you had a lot of chances that didn't go and were hitting posts. Now you scored in the last two goals in these last couple of games. How good does it feel now to finally see them going in for you?
I'm just hoping to score every chance and work on the every mistake that I'm making, that because hitting the post is my mistake, not the post mistake. So sometimes it's frustrating to see the ball hitting the post, but like my fellow players, also myself, we kept on pushing me and say, let's go, you can do it. And that's why I'm coming back and coming back strong. Even today, like even the goal which I scored is something we spoke about when we had a small break. We spoke about it and it happened on the game, which I'm just proud of, because if you speak about something and you work on it, it's something progressive. So I feel like I'm so happy about it. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Rudy. Well, one more note before we go. Rudy's goal was the 3rd of the season for her, but it's also the 8th of her career, which puts her in the lead with the club record of 8 goals in her career with the club. So, all right, that is it for us today. We are back in San Jose next week against Gotham. Thanks, everybody.